What's up, guys? Happy Monday. Welcome to the latest episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. I am your host, Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt, and we are back after, well, a winning day. Wasn't a big winning day, but a winning day. We'll take it. The play of the day didn't hit, unfortunately, for us because Cade Povich had 4 Ks through 3 innings, but then did not get another one. So he wound up with 4. We bet over 4.5. So that missed, but that was only a half a unit. That was a plus money bet on that. Ovechkin scored, broke the record, snapped the tie with Gretzky at 894. He got to 895, but he scored in the second period. We bet the third period, so that missed. That was kind of a Hail Mary. But LeBron James comes in, Jimmy Butler comes in, and Sandy Alcantara gets scratched because of a rain out. So we go 2-2, up 0.25 units on the day, and we wind up over 4 units for the week. So a very good week for us last week. It has put us into a very good position here tonight for the national championship game with Florida and Houston. More on that here in just 1 second. But before we get to the picks for today, and I got a future basketball hedge to tell you about. I got a Major League Baseball play and a couple of NBA player props to toss at you guys. Let me remind you about the offer that we got going on right now with our friends from Bet365. You guys can turn $5 into $150 of bonus bets when you join Bet365. To claim the offer, go to bettingpros.com/365 and deposit at least $10. If you place a bet of at least $5, you'll earn $150 in bonus bets. Again, that's bettingpros.com/365. 21 plus, you must be present in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, North Carolina, New Jersey, Ohio, or Virginia. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-BETS-OFF if you live in Iowa. Terms and conditions do apply. All right, so let's talk about this matchup. So we have the 10-1 ticket, okay, on Florida. Florida wins, we cash a 10-1 on this, okay? That makes a pretty big dent in the college basketball record for us. If we were to take off 10 units here and win 10 units tonight, that would be tremendous. However, I'm a little concerned. KenPom has this as a win for Houston. We know how difficult Houston is. We know how tough it is, and I don't want to go into this game or come out of this game without winning multiple units. I do think Florida wins. I have predicted Florida to win this game since the beginning of the bracket. I had Florida and Houston in this game, and I picked Houston to win the game 78-73. Okay, that's my prediction for this game. So because of that, Florida, 1-point favorite, would win and cover. However, this is going to be a game of runs. You can bet Houston in the first half if you would like. Terrell Furman has done that a lot. It missed in the last game. Maybe it misses again. I don't know. But that's a play if you want extra. You can bet the over in this game because I think the over is probably a decent play. Everyone's betting the under. I think the over probably comes in here. I think Florida's going to score. But Florida could get off to a very good start. If Florida gets off to a really good start, and we're talking like being up by more than 5 or 6 points, we've got 10 units to play with. I want a plus money line bet on Houston, and I'm going to put 3 units down on it. All right? I want to win 7 units, okay? I want to clear 7 units and make a really big dent and have a really good night and be able to say, all right, we've taken down. The only thing I am losing money, let me just hold on. I'll tell you right now. In terms of my records, the only thing that has really been gone south overall in 2025 has been college basketball. Like college basketball, if we were to take off 10 units on this, we would be down about 13 units, okay? The NFL is slightly down so far in 25. We went 11-10 in our plays in 2025 so far, so not like awful. We're down 0.1 units, I mean, basically nothing. And we're down a half a unit in golf and a half a unit on Major League. Well, I guess more now. In Major League player props, we'll be down a unit. But other than that, everything else is profitable. NFL props. NBA props are now up. We're now 45-23 in NBA player props. I really should have been betting full units. Next year with the prop bet cheat sheet, we'll bet full units on this because 45 and 23. If we had bet full units on this, we would be up. We would literally, be up what we're down for college basketball. We'd be up over 20 units basically. So probably should have been betting full units, but player props still scare me just because of the inconsistency of them. But NBA, we're up 2 units. College football, we're up 4 units. Player props, we're up 4 units. NASCAR, we're up a unit. Major League Baseball, we're up over a unit. So, parlays, we're up 2.5. So, like, all in all, we are currently down 0.25 units for the year in 2025. Okay. So if we win 7 units, we're going to put a nice number back up and make up. We've come out of the doldrums, if you will. And we've been, we got off to a very good start in January. We had a pretty good February. March was disastrous. April has been pretty good so far. We're early in the month, obviously, but April's been pretty good. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm taking 3 units. And I'm going to wait for a plus money on Houston. At some point, we're going to get it, all right? At some point, and it may be early in the game, or it might be later in the game, okay? But I want a plus money, even if it's plus 105, okay? I want to come in and bet on Houston and give up, so I lose a unit, so then I would clear 2 units. If you want to bet more than that, you can do that if you want. You can also come in, and I'll tell you, by the way, what I'm going to do in the Discord channel. Right now, that's my plan to bet it in-game. I might bet more. I don't know. I mean, if the game goes a certain way, if we get like a Houston +5, +6 at some point in-game, I'll probably bet the Houston at 3 units simply because I want to be able to come in and bet that. So if Houston wins, we win 3 units, but we lose the 1 unit on the future for Florida, right? So we only win 2 units. It's still profitable. It's still better. We've already made 5 units on Houston. So overall, it's a profitable college basketball experience with the dance. I'm just trying to be a little bit greedy because we can be because of what happened with Houston. And so I want Florida to win. I think Florida is going to win, but Houston's defense is so good. They played so well. I just don't know what they're going to have left after that comeback. And if Florida can get Houston up-tempo like Duke did, Florida is deep enough that they will not tire out like Duke did. I think Duke was gassed. I think they lost their legs. I think the defensive intensity from Houston just wore them out, and they had nothing left in the tank, and they hadn't played in tight basketball games at all. All Florida has done is play tight basketball games here in this tournament. I mean, they could have lost to UConn. They could have lost to Texas Tech. They could have lost in the last game. I mean, it's been, to Auburn. They're battle tested. They're not like Duke. Florida has been there, and they got a killer. Walter Clayton Jr. is a killer. Not that Cooper Flagg's not, but he's an 18-year-old that should be in high school. So, like, it's different. Clayton Jr. is a guy. He's a man. He's a dude. So, just older. So, that's how I'm playing the future, okay? I will hedge. I'll tell you in the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat, when I will fire on it. But we're going to take 3 units in fire. I want plus money on Houston at some point. I know technically I get it right now. If you want to bet it right now, I want more than what's available right now, okay? It's Florida -1. That it's just not enough. I want more than what's available at the moment here for Houston. Hopefully to get it at some point in the first half. Maybe second half. I'm not sure, but I'll tell you about it in the Discord channel when I'm going to fire. All right, to baseball. The A's are back at home in Sacramento up against a pretty good offense in the Padres, so far at least. In the 3 games that the A's have played at home, all against the Cubs, the final scores were 18-3, 7-4, and 10-2. The current total is 8. I don't care who's playing. I don't care who's pitching. Doesn't matter to me. This is more of the ballpark and where Sacramento is. And I know the weather in Sacramento today is not going to be great, but I'm going to bet the over in every game so far here in this series against the Padres. There's 3 of them, okay? I'm going to bet the over because I think both teams are going to score. King and Severino are the proposed starters at the moment. The offense for the A's has been pretty good over the last 5. They have scored 4, 2, 6, 7, and 5. They've given up 12, 4, 3, 10, and 7 On the flip side, the Padres scored 8 runs themselves yesterday against Chicago to salvage the last game of their series, but they gave up 7. The Cubs scored 7 in the second game, winning 7-1, and the Cubs 3-1 in the first game. So 2 of the 3 games went over, but offense and giving up runs for the Padres so far after this 8-2 start. Over 8, -125 for the Padres and the A's in Sacramento. The weather tomorrow will be nicer. It's going to be warm, mid-70s, and then on Wednesday, it's going to be in the 80s. So that baseball is going to be flying, but we'll see what the totals go to. The books haven't adjusted yet for what Sacramento is going to look like. Over 8, Padres, A's for 1.1 units. 2 NBA player props to give you guys. Let's go to Bam Adebayo. The Sixers are at Miami on the road. Always kind of a danger zone there. What were they doing the night before here? Miami's at home, though. Bam has not gone over this points and assist prop, which is set at 25.5, since the March of 24, over a year ago. Last 5 times he has faced Philadelphia, he's gone under 25.5 points and assists for Bam Adebayo. This is the number 1 option on the prop bet cheat sheet, even though the last 4 games in a row, Bam Adebayo has gone over his points and assists prop. 27.5, 24.5, 21.5, and 25.5. He has flown over at 36, 31, 27, and 33. But the 2 previous games, including one against Philadelphia, it was 25.5. It wound up going 21. A lot of you guys didn't like the LeBron James prop yesterday. It came in, okay? The numbers are going to move, by the way. Prop bet cheat sheet is a snapshot. So based on who's in, where the line goes, where the total goes, those things are all factored in the prop bet cheat sheet. So that's why the LeBron number moved. But I bet overnight. I bet the first read. It's been really good so far. Under 25.5 points and assists for Bam Adebayo of the Miami Heat. That will come in for us at a price tag of -112. The last play is Malik Beasley, and I'm going to give you an over on this. The prop bet cheat sheet likes this to go over 15.5 points for Malik Beasley. In head-to-head matchups for him against Sacramento, back on the 26th of December, he scored 22 points up against the Sacramento Kings. Malik Beasley of the Pistons has been scoring pretty consistently. He only had 11 points in the last game, but that was against Memphis. Against Toronto, he scored 21. Only 11 against OKC, but scored 27 against Minnesota, and he scored 19 against Cleveland for Malik Beasley. He has been involved quite a bit in the offense here, and this is a game at home for the Pistons. You like guys to score a bit more at home. Prop bet cheat sheet likes this at 18 points for Malik Beasley. It's a 5-star play, and again, he's hit this. And the one time that he played this year against Sacramento, he went over his prop. He's hitting it at over his last 5 games, 60% of the time. Sacramento's okay defensively. They're not great. They're sort of middle of the pack, but we're going to go over 15.5 points for Malik Beasley at -106 for 0.53 units on this. Okay, so plays for us here today on Monday. Florida to win the national championship is 10-1. Got that ticket. We'll do Houston in-game money line at some point, committing about 3 units to it. I'll tell you in the Discord channel what the hedge is going to be, but I'm not making it until in-game, because if we don't have to make it, I'm not going to make it. If Florida runs away with this and just, it's obvious the Gators are going to crush, I'll take the 10 units, okay? 100%, I'll take it here and make a big dent in what we've done college basketball-wise. It will make the year, it will do really well for us. Padres, A's over 8 at -125 for 1.25 units. Bam Adebayo points and assists under 25.5. Malik Beasley over 15.5 points here tonight on a Monday. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all my socials at Sports Talk Matt every single morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.